Hello, this is a demonstration of a Discord bot that I'm making that combines both general commands that are explicit from users and a little bit of natural language understanding to allow for certain dynamics within Action Engine. This is what it currently has so far. I'll do help hint. And we'll be going through all these various commands. Essentially what this does is it contains a list of character data. This character data can be retrieved from older iterations of other bots. For example, this bot here is already used widely in the community and contains a lot of player data. We can actually pull this player data. First, I'd like to show how there is no player data currently in the database. So it's taking this CSV file and it's seeing that there's no characters in the database. I can refresh it and it'll directly go to the data that's in this bot and pull that player data inwards. And now I can do show all and it'll show a complete list of all the player data based on their character names. Here we can also claim certain characters. For example, I could do claim Merlin. And it'll claim Merlin Cliff here. I can do show. I can even say Cliff, Merlin. I can do Merlin Cliff. It will understand all of that. And here I have all my player data. It also states my player ID because I'm the one who claimed it. Right now I notice when it pulled in that data, it didn't pull in my species. So I can change it. I can do change. And I can say Cliff, or in this case I'll just do Merlin Cliff. And I can say species human. And it now updated Merlin Cliff species to human. I can do show Merlin. And as you can see, it understands what character I'm talking about. I can bring up any one of these characters and show up any of their data. Let's look at the character Almond. Here we have all the data that's for Almond. Almond right now is unclaimed. For claimed characters, they have the option to change parts of their information. For characters that are claimed by another person or unclaimed such as Almond, I cannot change it. So if I do change Almond and I said maybe species human, I can't change any of the information on Almond. Additionally, some of these functions also include damage and healing. Showing Cliff again, we can see that he has 960 out of 960 health. If I do damage Cliff 200, he takes damage. I can then show Cliff again, and this data will be saved and kept until the player gains more health, heal. And this is also to allow people later on, when the bot starts doing certain interactions and certain calculations, if anything is messed up, they can always explicitly tell it to heal or take damage from a character if there's any behaviors that it doesn't like. Additionally, admins can do things such as give points, and this will allow for point allocation. I could do so I'm giving both Almond and Cliff some points. If I do show Cliff again, it says I have 3 unspent stat points. And like before, I can do change, and I could say I'd like 1 in magic, 1 in power. It'll ask if I'm sure, and based on my reaction, it'll let me confirm this decision. I'm going to say yes. I can do show Cliff, and the magic and power has changed. Before it was a power of 10, now it's a power of 11. So that's how some players can even manage their own stat points, and it is specific for each player. All of this data and this information can also be refreshed from Lino Cut again, allowing for people who change their inventory to allow certain values to change. So if someone unequips clothing, or equips more clothing, or equips a weapon, or unequips a weapon, that will be pulled up. after refreshing. Additionally, it updates a natural language understanding with RASA. I'm still working on that part. However, there are some understanding, like it does understand things like hello. And a little bit more conversational. I'm trying to train it to understand commands like Kai hits Cliff, where it'll basically take the character Kai and it will try to figure out who's Cliff, and then it will resolve an attack. Here I can show when it had an older trained version of the model. I said Kai hits Symphony. It understood who Kai was, the damage that would be inflicted based on a power stat, and then it changed Symphony's health. And this has gotten to the point of knockout. And this also included words like punches, words like kills. It understood that it was attacking. It has yet to have passive language where there's a defender and attacker, but I'm still working on it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have so far. Thank you for watching.